In this video, we will show you how to replace your vehicle's battery on this Chevy Silverado. This will be located along the driver's side front of your engine compartment. Let's get into it. Okay friend, let's get started on our job. To be able to remove the battery from this area, you're going to find that you have this crossmember that crosses over the top of the battery, which we will dislodge and pivot off to the side. For this, you're going to find that you have two 10mm headed mounting bolts. There's one on the far front. As you make your way diagonally towards the fender, you're going to find a second one. We're going to fully remove the forward mounting bolts and only loosen the one that's on the fender here, so we can pivot this bar out of our way. Use our 10mm, we're going to loosen this one first. Make our way to the forward mounting bolts, we're going to fully remove this. Just a quick inspection of that mounting hardware, of course. At this point, you can pivot this as necessary. I'm going to leave it pivoted forward so we can continue on with our two battery terminals, starting with the negative battery terminal. To disconnect the negative battery terminal, we're going to be using an 8mm right along this area. We can turn this counterclockwise and remove it from the battery. Just a quick inspection of the battery terminal here and the battery itself, and we'll set this aside. Now let's make our way over towards the positive terminal. This is typically going to have a protective cover on it. We can go ahead and pop that out of place. Continuing with an 8mm, we're going to loosen up this piece of mounting hardware as well. You never want to deal with the positive terminal until you fully remove that negative. Once again, a quick inspection of both ends here. We can set this aside as well. Now let's move all the way down along the rearward center of the battery here. That's where you're going to find your battery hold down. We'll be using a 13mm to remove the battery hold down bolt and the battery hold down. There's our bolt. Quick inspection of that hold down. You are reusing this. We'll set that aside. Now we can pivot this out of the way. Take hold of the battery and we'll lift it up and out of position. Just keep in mind, this can be heavy. There it is, friend. Now that we have the battery out of the way, we're going to pay attention to the battery tray. The main area that we really need to focus is the exact spot where the battery hold down and battery hold down bolt will go. I'm going to use a wire brush for this. We'll go ahead and clean it up and then continue on with some anti-seize on that port. Let's prepare the battery for installation. We're going to pay attention to the areas for our terminal ends to connect onto. You want to go ahead and use some fine sandpaper and give it a light scuffing, confirming it's a good surface for mounting. As we bring this into position, we're going to press it down as far as possible and then press it forward. Continuing on, we have the battery hold down directly in the center rear of the battery. We'll go ahead and start in that mounting bolt and snug it up. Once you have that tight, go ahead and take hold of the battery. We're going to attempt to give it a wiggle. It should not move around. The battery cannot move around when it's inside the engine compartment. Now let's reconnect our positive battery terminal. Let's get this in position. We can start snugging it up with our 8mm. Right there is bottomed out. Just take this a little bit further and then take hold of it, double check, make sure it's secure. This should not slide around. Repeat the process for your negative battery terminal next. Okay, bottomed out. Tiny bit further, a quick confirmation. Let's get this in position. I've got some anti-seize on my mounting bolt threads. Go ahead and start it in. Now we can tighten up these two 10mm headed mounting bolts. We'll just double check, make sure this is secure. Okay friend, we finished our installation. At this point, we've already checked to make sure everything's tight and secure. Go ahead and close the hood, take your vehicle for a road test. Thanks for watching.
When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.